sure that's at an angle. So I really like, how cute is this gift bag? I had to like, oh I like this, I'm glad this is the one I saved. I had to buy 3 gift bags because one wasn't big enough. I went to TK Maxx to like get a final present for my mum for her birthday because I'd got her other stuff, and then I was seeing her at my dad's office because she goes there every week, and then she turned up an hour earlier than normal. So I was running late. I didn't know she was turning up early by this point. I was running late, and then I get a text saying your mum's here, and I thought, well, I've not even been to TK Maxx because I wanted to go to TK Maxx, go to Tesco, get my shopping for today, and then go to the office. And I had about 50 minutes to do it, which would have been pushing it. And then she turns up, and I thought, well, I've got to go to TK Maxx because even though I've wrapped the presents that I've got, I wanted to get her one more present and a gift bag. So it took me about 15 minutes to get there when normally it takes between 5 and 10, depending on traffic. But people were driving down the main road at 15, 20 miles an hour. It's not even snowing or anything. It's not icy, but... So I went in and I didn't know what to get, and I wanted to like have a good look round because I might have wanted to get her a beauty product, even though I got a lot at Christmas. So I just headed up to the home section, and like there's like not just home stuff, and then at the end of one of the aisles there was like a section of green, teal, blue stuff, and her living room's like a green colour. It's not a nice green colour, but one of the Christmas presents I got her was green, and she thought, oh, it'll go in my living room. So I was looking in, and they had some candles in glass jars with lids and stuff on, so I got her a eucalyptus one. It wasn't super expensive, it was like $5.99. It wasn't massive, it was like smaller than a can. It was like probably to the, and thinner, not massively thinner. And I think, I don't know if I said it was eucalyptus, so I got her that. Then I went to get, I thought, should I get her anything else? And I was looking, but I just thought I don't actually have time to walk round. I'd already got her quite a few things. I got her stuff by Joules, do you know the brand Joules? And like I think, like I've spent a fair bit amount of money because I got her 5 different things from Joules. Like I got her a scarf, and I got her a pack of 2 tea towels, and I got her all from the matching range, and I got her these notelets. They're like note cards, but they're not folded in half, and one side's got a really nice pattern and the other side's like plain with the matching envelopes, and they were really nice quality. Then I got her, did I wrap the other thing? Can't remember wrapping the other thing. And then I think there was 5 things in total. So the gift bags I got were, one was this size and one was slightly bigger, so they just about fit in 2, but they didn't have anything big, so I picked up 3 thinking I'd need 3. And I'm going to pick up more because they're good for gift bags. Not that I buy many gifts, but sometimes I just buy a random gift, you know, if someone's down or having a hard time, or, you know, just because. So the candle was $5.99, the bag was 5p, one gift bag was $2.49, one was $1.79 and one was $1.99. That one was $1.99. And then I got a chocolate bar, dead green and black chocolate, and I got the milk chocolate one. And the annoying thing was, they'd put a sticker on top of a sticker, and if you know TK Maxx stickers are about that big, and the top one came off but the bottom one didn't, and it just made the chocolate bar look rubbish. But I thought, there's nothing I can do about it, at least it doesn't say the price anymore. So that's what I just gave her, and a card. And I wanted to walk around and see if there was any bits and pieces I wanted for the house and stuff. Even though I've just unemployed myself and like lost 1/3 of my income, or slightly more than 1/3. But so then it took me like half an hour to get like, I don't know, 3-4 mile distance, not from TK Maxx, from like the bottom of the hill in the next town all the way up to where I went, because people like doing between 5 and 10 miles an hour, and it was like stop, start, stop, start. I'm thinking I've got to get there. My poor dad's there, stuck with her, because she just talked about stuff that, you know, like, I don't know, I'm not being mean, but she just likes to moan about things and like have fights and stuff. Not fights, but she likes drama, and I don't like drama. I try and avoid drama. So when I walked in, she was trying to remember when her mum and dad died and how old they were and when they were born, and she couldn't remember. My dad's like, how can you not remember? But the funny thing was, that morning, my dad was watching the telly. What's that TV programme when they put those giant counters in and they come out and they push them out? Whatever that's called. Can't remember. And an advert came on for Nutella, and I said, I bet Dave, my stepdad, eats that, like, sits there with a jar of Nutella and a spoon and, like, eats it. And I said, should I, like, ask her when I'm at the office? And I said, if I ever forget, just remind me. So one of the first things I asked her, I was like, does Dave like Nutella? She's like, I don't know. Because we have a vision of him just sitting there and eating it straight out of a jar, like a full jar in one go, because that's the sort of thing my stepdad would do. Then she was going on about the weather and how she hopes it doesn't snow before she gets back home, because she might not be able to get back to where she lives, because she makes out that she lives like in the middle of nowhere. So I was like, oh no, you're going to have to go soon, because what if you get stuck and you can't get it, like, in your house? And she was like, I know. And I was just being, like, really sarcastic, and my dad was, like, chuckling away to himself, and I'm like, God, you're going to have to set off soon, because if you don't get there, you might have to get mountain rescue out to just, like, get the path clear so you can get through. So like, oh no, I'm going to have to go. Like, and I was just joking, but she, like, makes out like there's a lot more snow there than anywhere else in the country. So she went, and then I went to the shop, and I got in my car to leave, and someone I know from where I've just resigned literally pulled up 2 spaces from me, and I thought, oh God, I hope she hasn't seen me, because she saw me on Monday when I didn't go to work, and she went straight in and said she'd seen me. So when my manager went crazy at me on Tuesday, she went, such and such saw you. Oh, you was having a lovely chat with her, weren't you? And like, I'm thinking, I said hello and I spoke to her briefly, like, what's the problem? So I, like, drove off quickly, thinking I hope she didn't see me. So then I set off to take my dad a sandwich and drink so I could come home and then have my lunch, because I've still not had it at 4 o'clock and I'm feeling a bit dizzy. So as I get near the office, I'm, like, minding my own business, and then I'm, like, looking at car regs. I don't know why, because I was stuck, I was stopped, and I thought, because of where I work, there's loads of people have company cars. I don't personally want one, because they spy on them with the cameras and they track them, like, where they are at all times. So I saw the reg, and I'm thinking, I'm trying to work out who was driving that reg, and I slowly looked up and I realised it was, like, the work van. It's a van where there's seats in the back, and I was like, my manager and the owner was sat in it, and I thought, oh my God, like, I'm not, like, their favourite person right now. So I thought we'll pretend I didn't see them, because I don't think they would wave at me, because they're probably in a mood with me. So I kind of, like, was looking that way, and I was like, and I know they saw me, and I don't know if they waved or what. She probably just, like, wanted to throw a brick at me or something. But I was like, and I told my dad, and I'm like, oh God, they're going to think I'm ignorant. But I thought, if I wave and they don't wave, that's bad. So I just thought, just pretend you've not seen them. So I can't film for long, because I got home and I realised I can't make a sandwich, because I forgot to pick one of these up. And my dad finished it this morning. There's a little bit left. I don't think there's enough. So he said he's going to bring me some spread home, because it took me ages to get home, because there's a set of traffic lights that lead onto the main road, and if people don't set off straight away, or they take ages going around the corner, only 4 cars get through the lights, and it takes 5 minutes for the lights to change, and I've been stuck at those lights for 20 minutes before now, and I got stuck there for 10 minutes. So I wasn't impressed when I got home, so I said, I'm not feeling very well, is there any chance you can quickly call home before your next client comes? So luckily for me, he's going to bring me some, so I don't have to go out. But I might as well show what I got from Tesco before he gets back. So I got that in a meal deal. I didn't have a sandwich, but I got crisps in the meal deal that I got for my dad, and got him something else. Then I got this. I normally get the sliced version, but there weren't any, so I'm going to have to slice it myself. Then something everyone needs. I was going to get the 9-pack, but I had a basket, and I thought, I'm not walking around with toilet rolls separately, because it's not like they've got a handle on them. If they had a handle on them, it'd be easier. Then I got these, because they're on offer for £2. I normally get them single, and they're like £1.40 or something, but they are bigger, but it still works out cheaper to get that pack. Then I got this. I'm not going to even eat that because I'm totally off a lot of things at the moment. And then I might have a coffee. I had a coffee from Starbucks this morning because I woke up in the night and I couldn't get back to sleep for hours. Then for evening meal I saw this and there was only like one left, so it must be popular. I got rump steak and I'm going to make chips in the Active Fry, which I've not used for over a year, and I got my dad to get it out the garage, so potentially it might not work, so I'll have to, I don't know. Dr Pepper number 1, I think I've only got 2. Dr Pepper number 2, I drink Dr Pepper a lot when I'm feeling very down, so it's always obvious when I'm down. Then I picked up Cumbrian Sausage Company pork breakfast sausage. These are so good. I got them the other week and every time I go to get them, they're not in because people, obviously they're popular. I got the Cumberland sausage version the other day and I didn't like it, so I had like a mouthful and the dog had the rest of mine because we cut it in half because it was massive and my dad had half and I had the other half, but it was just horrific. I didn't like it. Then, because I don't drink enough water, I try and drink this and then refill it with a bottle of water again. If I can, I don't always manage it. Tomatoes, because steak and tomato. I forgot mushrooms, but I really want mushrooms, but I know my dad's probably already gotten to the shop and he's probably like nearly here, so I can't just text him and say can you get some mushrooms because he'd be like no. Then I don't personally drink this, my dad does, and he's got like half a bottle left, so I've got that. And then even though I'm not really allowed this because it's like makes my illness flare up a little bit, but it's already flared up. I've got cheese. I don't like strong cheese, but I wanted a cheese and onion sandwich. Watch me find that I don't have an onion. I know you'd want to open, but it's been open for a week. Oh yeah, the onion's okay. So that is everything. I also got a sandwich for my dad and a drink for my dad and some of those Belvita soft bakes. I left them for him as well. So all that including the stuff that I just left with him, and 2 carrier bags came to £26.42. Hello, what do you want? There's nothing here for doggies. No, I didn't get you anything. I'm sorry. You didn't tell me what you wanted. So, yeah, probably getting slagged off at work today. Well, not that I technically work there anymore. I'm convinced they're not going to get me to work my week's notice because I know they're just going to make something up and say I'm incompetent or something, because that's what they do with other people when they give notice. They just make them out to, like, all of a sudden they've got problems with them. As soon as, like, you know, they resign, they're like, yeah, well, this was wrong, this was wrong, this was wrong. Even though, like, I'm pretty sure if they weren't happy with me, knowing what they're like, they would tell me that day. They wouldn't leave it. But I've got enough experience of being there to know what they're like and how they pull people apart and how they belittle people and are negative about people, especially when they want to leave. But I know all the tricks that they pull, like when they're trying to get people to stay. They pulled one on me on the last day of November and they put me in this position that was horrible, and they had me in tears and they forced me into doing something that I didn't want to do, and they knew that they weren't going to back down. They were so convinced I would do what they were pushing me to do that they wouldn't back down, and they had me in tears numerous times. And like, because I still technically work there for 4 more days next week, I'm not going to reveal what it is, but once I'm away from there I can talk more about what was going on there and how they've pushed and pushed me until eventually I've snapped and said, look, I resign. And I resigned, and my dad was convinced that they were expecting it or they were doing it on purpose to get me to resign, but they were utterly shocked by it. They've not contacted me. Like I said in a video yesterday, she rang my dad. I can't believe she rang my dad. Like with less than 10 minutes after I did it, she was on the phone to my dad. And I'm thinking, I work for you, why are you ringing my dad? Like, even my dad was perplexed why they would ring him and say, did you know she was going to resign? And he's like, well, I knew yesterday, because literally I decided Wednesday. From the second I walked out the door till before I got to the car park, it was that quick. But I realised enough was enough. I can't take what's going on anymore, and they're making me feel so down and as crap as I did a year ago when I was acting out and doing things from being so stressed I didn't know what I was doing, and I realised I'm actually proud of myself that I realised that it had got to that level, that if, you know, I carried on there even potentially for another week, I would have started doing things. And I'm like happy that I actually like recognised that within myself. And I think it's because I am a lot better and like I do realise things more than I did then. So, but I know like the pressure was getting so much that it would have got to the point where I would have started doing things without thinking. And you know, obviously, like I've got my doctor looking out for me and she's like, you need to leave and all that, like I've said in videos. So I think that's helped me as well, realise, you know, the state I'm getting into. So I've had to take myself out of that situation and lose a third of my income, which I need. But as someone pointed out to me last Monday, my mental health is more important than money. And I did say, look, it's going to put me under strain and stress money wise, but it's a different kind of stress. I don't think I'm going to start acting out because of it, even though it's going to be stressful and everything. It's, you know, it's a different situation. So they were right, but I still didn't think it was going to be this week that I did it. Like I was going to hold on till April, and there's reasons why, and I'll get into that eventually. I thought I'll just do February and March, because it, you know, it's nearer February than the start of January now. I thought I'll do that and then I'll hand my notice in on the first working day of April. That was my plan. So I even surprised myself, but you know, there's stuff that happened Tuesday and stuff that happened Wednesday. Tuesday was the worst of it, but Wednesday it was just like, and then yesterday someone insinuated that I messed up something quite big when it was her that had messed it up. And so if I hadn't got to the conclusion of like resigning that day from what she insinuated and accused me of, that would have been the deal breaker as well. So it was coming, it was just, you know, waiting for something to happen. And I weren't actually waiting for something to happen, it was just like my dad said to me, you know, for you to just do what you've done and walk out, it takes a lot for people to push you to your limit. And he said for you to have reached your limit, you know, you've actually put up with a lot, because he said, I know you can put up with a lot before you will just walk. And there would have been a time where, like, when I was talking to my doctor, I said I would have felt guilty about leaving. I said that like maybe like 6 weeks ago, but now I don't even feel guilty about leaving. So it just shows how far they've pushed me that I don't feel guilty, and I don't. And I did feel guilty in the past when I thought about it, but I don't even feel remotely guilty about leaving. I just feel relieved. But now I've got to potentially go into the Lion's Den on Monday because I've said I will work my notice. But either two things are going to happen. If they don't stop me from going and they let me go, two things will potentially happen. They'll either say there's not enough work for me to be there, so they'll let me get up, get ready and go there knowing that I'm ill, and they'll let me go there and then they'll send me home practically straight away or after an hour. Or they'll give me so much work to do that I'll struggle to get through it, and then they'll criticise me the whole week and just have a go at me about everything. So those are the two scenarios. So that's if they let me go, because I think they'll probably stop me and like probably contact me. But I'm going to have to go because my dad's here.